What's up? We're back. We're back for a very, very brief review. One more today. One more review. I might do another video, but there isn't a ton of battery on here, so we're just gonna do our thing. We're gonna talk about The Haunting of Bly Manor. Okay. Now this has been out for a few weeks now, and I had been highly anticipating the return of Hill House. Okay, I loved I loved The Haunting of Hill House. That was, I want to say, a perfect season. Okay, and so I had been looking forward to season 2 for a long time, and I was like, when is it going to come out? I hear this year at some point. And then suddenly I remember looking at what's coming to Netflix and seeing The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I didn't even realize that was the continuation. I did it like I was late to figuring it out. And I don't know, I might have seen a review or something like that. Anyway, I finally watched it with Lila, and we went through the series pretty quickly, or the season, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like individual. It's almost like The Haunting of Hill House was a series on its own because it's only one season, and then this is a series on its own. I don't know. It was different. It was definitely different. It's an adjustment seeing the actors that you know from Hill House portraying these characters that are English or British. It takes place in England, I think. I think it does. I could be wrong. Anyway, everyone's got an accent, and that was kind of hard to adapt to so quickly. But that's what happens. You go along with the flow very fast because of the story and the way it moves along. You don't really care about the accents pretty quickly, but at first it's definitely off-putting, and I was skeptical. I wasn't sure if I would enjoy it. Now, to briefly sum up the plot, I have it pulled up here, and it says, a young governess arrives at Bly Manor and begins to see apparitions haunting the estate. Okay, so that's a very, like I said, brief description. There isn't much to it, there really isn't. To the description, I mean. The real story, the plot and everything is very intricate, and there's a lot that unfolds in this season. I really liked the story as it progressed. At first, it leaves you with a lot of questions, and the pacing is very confusing. I really do not like the child actors in this. That's always hit or miss. Just plain and simple hit or miss, all right? Absolutely hated the little kids in this show. They were despicable, and the boy especially was very infuriating. But I do like the guy who plays the uncle. That's the same actor who plays the father in season 1. He was my favorite, and I wish I got more of him in this season, although it's a different story, so what are you going to do? I like the entities, I like the ghosts. I think that was very cool. And the scares surprised me, because this is the big thing about The Haunting of Bly Manor. It's not all... It's definitely not as much horror, like plain horror, as season 1 was. And I say season 1, it's technically not, but you get what I mean. The Haunting of Hill House was very, very horror, okay? Like, lots of creepy themes, and it was consistent, and there was the drama element, and that was a big part of it, but it was very creepy, very creepy. This one... The Haunting of Bly Manor is a lot more on the dramatic side, in terms of the storytelling, especially. I think that's fine. I really by the end of the finale, I really loved it. I thought it definitely did a 360 in terms of surprising me, and I had a really good time with it. I loved the way that they wrapped the story up. There were a couple things that I wish didn't happen. Just things with certain things that happen to certain characters, I guess you could say. But hey, that's all right. I all in all really enjoyed the show. The only disappointment, and I don't even know if it's a disappointment, I just I just went into it thinking it would be as scary as The Haunting of Hill House. And it's definitely creepy because it's a ghost story, but it's a much different type of ghost story. It's not at all what you would think going into it. So I guess have kind of open expectations and know that it's not going to be the same as the Haunting of Hill House. But it's going to be unique and original in its own way, and the creepiness and the horror in this season is a different type of creepy. It's I think the real horror in this season is time, the role that time plays on these characters and the entity or all that. You'll have to see for yourself, but it's very well done. I definitely would say the the big the big two themes, I guess, are, and in terms of horror, are time and whether the forgetful are blessed or not, I guess you could say. That's the best way to describe it. Anyway, uh, I would give The Haunting of Bly Manor a solid 8 out of 10. No 8.5 or anything like that. Maybe my opinion will change later, but compared to The Haunting of Hill House, this is definitely an 8, okay? Don't let that discourage you, though. An 8 is a good number. It was very well done. It was impressive. It's a little hard to get used to at first, but the story is um, so immersive that you'll quickly forget about the accents and all the strange change, and the finale really steals the show, in my opinion. Anyway, that's my review for The Haunting of Bly Manor. I just want to quickly add on by saying that everyone's performance was really good, except for the kids. They were good, whatever, but I hate the little kids. Terrible. Season 1, The Haunting of Hill House, the kids were so cute. I love them. They were amazing. This is a different story, but don't let that discourage you from the overall experience. Anyway, go check out The Haunting of Hill House. Yeah, we did it.